life, and a special for this Shabbat Shira, instead of a Divar Torah or a sermon, we have the opportunity to read from some of the most important verses in the book of Exodus, and we figured as a little bit of a change of tradition, we're going to do that on Friday night. We haven't done that in a while, so we're going to take the Torah out of the Ark, and we'll ask you all to please rise, and we are on page 244. Stay standing.
Okay, so listen here. Before we just going to hold it there?
Okay.
Okay, so a couple things about the portion that we're reading. Some people here tonight, like tomorrow's B'not Mitzvah and last year's B'nai Mitzvah, are very familiar with this parsha. The Song of the Sea, when the Israelites marched to freedom, and in it has the words Mi Chamocha, which in my estimation was the first time that the Jewish people together sang out in praise. So it was their first prayer group experience like we're having today. The Torah itself looks especially different because it's brick upon brick, slab upon slab. It's a different formatting. You'll be able to see it in a moment. And I want to tell one very quick story because we're short on time. But
I love stories.
This is my favorite story, and some of you, especially the kids, have definitely heard me tell the story before. So when we get to the part, you could say the line with me. So, during the parting of the Red Sea, we have to owe a very important debt of gratitude to the dolphins. The dolphins. You're saying, why the dolphins? Well, it's because as the walls of water were on either side, you guys could bring the Torah up here. As we had the walls of water on either side, two huge walls of water, that's fine for the people marching through. But what about the fish? It could have been a huge massacre, right? All those fish would have been swimming along, and then all of a sudden they find themselves flippy-floppy on the ground. And then they can't breathe. So that was a problem already that wasn't seen ahead of time, I think. And then the second part was all the goats and the donkeys and sheep who also couldn't quite see the water, since as we know water is clear. And they were going to then make their way, and then they would have drowned by going into the water. So the smartest animal, one of them at least, in the ocean or in the sea is the dolphin. So some of the dolphins, during the parting of the sea, they took it upon themselves to swim up and down the walls of water, and this is what they said to the fish. They said, "Don't go there. There's air there." And then some of the other dolphins stuck their little noses out of the water and said to the cattle, "Don't go there. There's no air there." And so, because of the dolphins, we had a very safe crossing of the Red Sea, and Shabbat Shalom. Okay.
Oh, Hannah, will you come up here for 1 second? Will you hold this? Will you hold this for 1 sec? And because we are reading from the Torah, we have a really special aliyah tonight. So what I'm going to do to offer the blessing before the Torah, we're going to invite two longtime members of the Congregation Beth Am community, Tim and Chris Taish, to come forward and offer the blessing, the honor of the blessing. And I brought a talit for them, but they don't even need it. Look how well prepared they are. And come stand over here next to Rabbi Heath. We're going to say a word about Chris and Tim in a minute, but we'll give them the honor of the blessing at this time. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. And if you're under the age of 10 or 12 and you want to come up close, come on up close here so you can see the cantor chant from the Torah portion. Don't be bashful.
Listen, there's also a part in here, like I said, that you know, the Micha Mocha. You're going to hear it chanted. And there's a special melody for the Song of the Sea. It goes da 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 da. So if you'd like to sing along Micha Mocha with me, you're welcome. Amen. Az Yashir Moshe V'nei Yisrael et Hashira Hazot Ladonai Vayomeru Lemor. Ashir al Adonai ki ga'o ga'a sus v'rochvo rama vayam o ziv zimratya vayhili lishua zeili vanvehu Elohei avivaro memenhu Adonai ish melchama Adonai shemo Markevot paro v'chelo yara vayam umivchar shalishav tub'u v'yam suv tehomot yechasyumu yarduvim solot kamo aven Yemin Adonai nedari bakoach Yemin Adonai tirat soyev Uverov gonecha taros kamecha Tishalach haronecha yochalemo kakash Uveruach hapecha nem umayim Nitzvu chmoned nozlim Kafuto mot belev yam Amar oyev erdofasi gachalek shalal Tim laemo nafshi ari Karbi Torishemo Yadi Nashafta Vruchacha Kisamo Yam Tzalelu Kaoferet Bamayim Adirim Micha Mocha Bailim Adonai Mika Mocha Nedar Bakodesh Nora Tehilot Osef Eleh Natita Yeminecha Tivla Emo Aretz.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Bata B'tochenu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
You guys can have a seat. You guys can't for one.